Britain under Roman rule. Britain under Anglo-Saxon rule. First row in class. The back of the class. Me and the boys getting ready to drive out the Hyksos. Me and the boys returning. Diogenes. Behold, a man. Plato. Cleopatra was hot, and that's the only reason she got anywhere. Cleopatra used her mind and her sexuality to gain power over the most powerful men in Rome. I need to know how to read your language to understand you. Lol. Linear ego. The Bible. Jesus was born in spring. The early church. Unfortunately for you, history will not see it that way. Christians, if you die and Anubis is waiting for you instead of Jesus, what would you say? Sick furso Jeezy boy. Ancient farmer. If only there were a easy way to raise water. Archimedes. Can I offer you a nice screw in this trying time? Nobody. Ancient China. Every 5 seconds. Come on, gang, let's split up. Romans. Greek gods. I gotta get one of those. Nobody. Rat after every night. It nearly killed me, but the work is done. When you sit under some tree for 7 weeks. Enlightenment. Product features. User needs. Greek mythology. Roman mythology. The first Homo sapiens, when he jumped on a horse and actually stayed on its back. So, you guy fought the Persians, right? How many soldiers did they have? Greek historians. Herodotus writing about giant ants. Also, if I can't be accurate, I sure as hell am gonna be extra. The Bronze Age. Sea peoples. Amphibious warfare. Archaeologists when examining ancient art. The darkness symbolic for darkness. You're just going to tolerate minorities in your empire? Monotheistic gods be like, I see no god up here, other than me. Super religious. Incest is legal and common. Fought a long war against a more powerful state and lost. Depended on slavery. Lots of black people. Pretends it doesn't. Lots of poor farmers. Imagine building your chariots so fragile. They can carry only a driver and an archer. This post was made by Hittite 3-man battle chariot gang. Jeff Bezos. King Croesus of Lydia. King Tut in media. King Tut in real life. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning, I break my legs. And every afternoon, I break my arms. Egyptian head of state 13th century BCE. I just conquered Canaan and my people worship me as a god. Egyptian head of state 21st century AD. Israel beat me in 6 days, and I'll arrest anyone who criticizes me. Kids, Dad, can you tell us about your trip to France? Me, of course. Gallia est omnis divisa in parts tres. So, with how many women have you slept? Don't be ridiculous. When ingesting poison. Normal people. Mithridates 6th. Posthumous. Help me start my own empire. Gauls, no. Posthumous. It will be called the Gallic Emp. Gauls, you son of a bitch. I'm in. Caesar in his own commentaries. Caesar in everyone else's recollection. Scarab. Rolls poop. Egyptians. Old Timmy archaeologists when they find gold treasure. Modern archaeologists when they find shit and trash. Destroyed. Made like that which has never come into being. Egyptian sailor after getting shipwrecked on some island. Is that a taking snake? Late 4th century Rome. I hate myself. Huns. Migrating Germans. Wow, I hate everyone else so much more. When you steal a book, so an angry spirit tricks you into killing your kids and ducking a vase. Shit went from 0 to 100 real ducking quick. Roman Persia, stabilizing their empires, fighting another war for Armenia. Horus watching Set eating the salad he just nutted in. This onion won't make me cry. Only 1% of ancient literature survives today. Real ancient battles. TV shows ancient battles. No one. Brits. Surviving texts of the Roman Empire. Wait, it's all just ancient political propaganda? Semper Fut. Tutankhamun's as he's remembered. Tutankhamun's actual reign, most likely, the Remheb, A. Tutankhamun. Trojans, Greeks, Helen, Goths. Ozymandias, look on my works ye mighty, and despair, traveler from an antique land. Your body is going to lay in the dark forever. An archaeologist finds you. Every time a ticker is in danger, Athens calls for aid, and Sparta won't answer. Paper, not invented yet. Scissors, not invented yet. Cavemen when deciding on something. India, once northern India. Seleucids, no. India, offers 500 elephants. Seleucids, you son of a bitch, I'm in. It is time to go. Was I a good king? No. Which pharaoh are you? The one who invaded Nubia? Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? Can I copy your homework? Yeah sure, just change it a bit so nobody notices. Okay. When you kill yourself to escape the pain of life, but remember you're Egyptian and live on in the afterlife. Meow 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 meow. Enslave the Israelites you say. History. Early civilization needs to be in a river valley. Minoans. So that was a ducking lie. Etruscan boar vessel. 600 to 500 BC. He is probably thinking about more recent ceramics. Me, if Etruscan language is unknown, did they have memes we will never know about? Ancient Egypt in film starter pack. Pharaohs played by actors who in no way resemble their mummies. One big city, doesn't take into account thousands of miles of cities and towns along the Nile. Random pyramids in the middle of cities. Everything is in the desert instead of the lush riverbank. Set is simplified into a convenient villain. The Epic of Gilgamesh. The Book of Genesis. When the Samnites keep raiding your territory, so you submit yourself to the Romans, so it becomes their problem. Capua. I'm gonna do what's called a pro-gamer move. Ramesses second. Everyone else. Keen was at explaining why he's naked in the street ducking a clay pot. Emperor Valentinian after getting so enraged at the quad a blood vessel explodes in his brain, and he drops dead on the spot. Almost lost my cool there. When you are laying siege to Constantinople and spot weird tubes on the Byzantine ships, those Greeks are up to something. He defeated King Mithridates and brought glory to Rome is what he did. When he felt he was getting robbed, he marched on Rome like a man, and after serving as a dictator, he voluntarily resigned, choosing to restore the power of the Senate, and in this house, Sulla is a hero. Theodosius I. Western Rome. Eastern Rome. Barbarians. People all over the world advancing from stone to bronze to iron. Sub-Saharan Africans jumping straight to iron in 2500 BCE. Archaeologist pieces together an old clay figurine. The village shaman who smashed it 5000 years ago to kill the evil spirits. Me and the early modern European boys after finding a several thousand-year-old Egyptian corpse. Siege of Alesia 52 BC. Colorized. Caesar. Vercingetorix. The Virgin Sparta fan. Delusional losers. Knowledge limited to 300. Only personality trait is that they hate Athens. Claim they like Sparta for treating women better, yet they are more misogynistic than ancient Athenians. Only famous Spartan they can name is Leonidas. Can't come up with good comebacks. The chat Athens enjoyer. Eloquent style when talking. Cool without trying. Knowledge broader and more nuanced. Respects women. Admire said civilization without going over fascist. Can name plenty of famous Athenians like Socrates, Plato, Pericles etc. Hi, my name is Jason. Nice to meet you Jason. Ancient Near East civilization. Hi Jarvis. Are you a Mitanni kinda guy or do you favor Hittites? Girls locker room. PE is the worst. Sweating ruins my makeup and makes me feel likey. Boys locker room. Eastern Roman Empire. Western Roman Empire. Girl, nice Halloween costume. I always liked King Tut. Me, thinking of something to impress her. I can't move my head or walk properly, but I duck my sister a lot. Boys, what did the girls do with the time machine? Probably visit their grandma. Girls, Queen Boudica. The Romans have done a great injustice to you and your people. Take this and avenge the rape of you and your daughters. Make it so Celtic rule over Loga never ends. I thank you, mysterious Druida from the future. Anu bless you. 60,000 BC. I bet there will be flying cars in the future. 50,000 BC. Greece. You have freed us. Oh, I wouldn't say I freed. More like under new management. Who would win? One of humanity greatest city. One wet boy. This male only cares about the Greco-Persian wars. At the moment, he stands no chance of understanding the significance of the Greco-Punic Wars. Ashurbanipal, can you give me clay tablets to record debts and land ownership? Yes. Actually record earliest written literature like a boss. Gilgamesh time. When you stub your toe and have to quickly savor the last half second of blissful numbness before the pain of 500 merciless suns hits you like a bullet. When you only take 4 slaves during the sack of Avarice. I, too, am extraordinarily humble. Macedonian general, congrats, you've conquered the entire world. Alexander the Great. The virginatic husband. I'm marrying a 14 years old girl directly from her mother bosom. Versus the Chad Scythian warrior wife. By tradition I'm only going to marry after I have slain 3 men in battle. An adult individual of course. How the sub sometimes is. Check out this history meme I made. Well actually there were more than just 300 Spartans at Thermopylae and it's not accurate to say the Persians failed at the battle because comparatively, how the sub should be. Check out this history meme I made. Nice meme, bro. I asked random Italians to point out Italy on the map. Geography is not their strength. Hello, would you like to come to our festival where we give offerings to the sun? Of course I'd love to. What? That feeling when you died, but didn't get rid of your papyrus history. Sneferu builds the first true pyramid. Khufu, Kafur and Menkaure. I'm just saying some of the stone cutting was very sophisticated, perhaps too sophisticated for the ancient. Neat, it's the Minoans. They invented linear A, which they used to talk about. They had a lot of fun. Egyptian language. Old, Middle, Late, Demotic, Coptic, Egyptologists, Middle. Not good enough. Make me a pharaoh. Nailed it. When you're supposed to rule the afterlife as Osiris forever but instead you get sent to hell for not believing in some hippie who hasn't been born yet. Some farmer finds multiple intact Precolumbian tombs filled with gold. The site 5 seconds later. You most likely know it as Istanbul, but it'll always be Constantinople to me. People who are still awake at 6 AM. People who get up at 6 AM. Epic Egypt Fact 9. Ancient and modern Egyptians are united to many things, including farming grain, trading goods, and wishing for full conquest over Israel. Euphrates and Tigris. Civilization. Ancient civilizations. Credit for building pyramids. Aliens. I can't believe Caesar is really taking us to Britain. Who knows what kind of loot we'll find. Probably tons of golden temples ready to be plundered. Do you guys even practice agriculture? Strange looking blokes, ain't they? Hope they stay away from our rock pile. When your brother-in-law agreed to pay the Huns £2,100 of gold a year for peace, but they keep raiding your cities anyway. This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Maybe ever. Ashoka before Battle of Kalinga. Ashoka after Battle of Kalinga. It's called Aura, bruh. Dude, you need to get the duck out of my house, you smell like pure unfettered ass. Since when did this become more beautiful than this? Put an end to the impossible standards set by the old kingdom. This message brought to you by the disc in the sky is the one true god gang. Scipio Africanus. Hannibal. Don't build walls around Sparta, because your reputation will scare off any attackers. Persia comes to invade, but figure this crap hole without walls can't be Sparta and leave. My passport photo can't be that bad. My passport photo. Akhenaten being a devoted husband and father. Akhenaten suppressing his own people's traditional religion and neglecting his empire. Damn it, Steve. Why you always the last one of us to wrap your shit up? Yeah, Steve, what the duck? Duck you both. Drake. Why is the lighthouse of Alexandria on fire? Rome. Rome after finally defeating Carthage in 146 BC. Perhaps a stupid question, but isn't this pose associated with Jupiter? So why was Constantine, a Christian, fine with depicting himself as the head of the pagan pantheon? The Roman Empire sat on the wall. The Roman Empire had a great fall. Justinian, Belisarius and all of their men couldn't put the Roman Empire together again. That's a very interesting argument, Aristotle, but I don't think your current deadlift PR is enough to back it up. The ancient Celts. Also the ancient Celts. How to make jewelry, tutorial for beginners. The Battle of Marathon. The Persians have us outnumbered 2-1. All hope is lost. I'll save Athens. You did it. We won. You're welcome. Your expedition was a failure. For your treason you will be okay, thrown in prison, where you will die of your wounds. Okay. Athens. Sparta. BC 336. Maidstone. You can kill the man, but you can never kill the idea. Teacher in Athens. Okay kids, prepare your styluses. Today we are going to study geometry. Then there will be a philosophy lesson, and after that we'll go to Agora to listen to a famous orator. Teacher in Sparta. Hi kids. Do you like violence? Richard Harris. Marcus Aurelius 161 to 180. Commodus 180 to 192. Joaquin Phoenix. Joseph Quinn. Gita 211. Caracalla 211 to 217. Fred Hedgina. Denzel Washington. Macrinus 217 to 218. How to talk to short people. Wrong. Correct. We now set out on our Odyssey. What's an Odyssey? A long journey named after the only survivor. Oh okay, wait, what? The opening scene in Gladiator wasn't CGI. It was a real forest and a real fire. It was shot at Burnwoods in England, which had been slated for deforestation. Ridley Scott was given permission to burn down the forest for the scene. Mexico people founding Tenochtitlan. This place is perfect. No, not here, my lord. This site is perfect. It has everything. Let's found the city here. No, he's not the one. That's the sign. It will be here. We will found the city here, sir. It's literally the center of a lake. Classical era versus medieval era. Although outnumbered, the Romans mustered 50,000 infantry with 10,000 cavalry on the wings. The king launched his campaign with an army of approximately 46 men, including 13 knights and his friend Godfrey. Amos, come to bed. Just one more turn of civilization, and I'll be done, I promise.